Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Numerology Astrology for March 28th, 2020. So, I hope everybody is being really safe under the coronavirus quarantine time. So, stay in, read books, work on your garden, do some little projects, but stay really, really safe because it's going to get pretty wild and woolly here for the next couple of months. And the safer we are, the shorter this is going to be, and we want this over as quickly as possible. Okay, so if you add 328 2020 together, you get a 17. If you add the 1 and the 7 together, you get an 8. The 8 is the number of grief, loss, and sadness. And so I do expect this fear factor, this sadness factor to increase. So you cannot deny the feeling that is there. And so one of the things in life is about just embracing the truth of what is in the moment. And I think that globally we've had a really hard time doing that. I think that people, make up stories and try to make themselves feel better. And I think sometimes there's a moment where we just have to sit in the Shempa, as Pema Chodron would say, to sit in the misery of the truth. And the truth is pretty scary and miserable, but the only way we're going to change it is to be fully in it and to help that shift happen, because we're going to have to make a lot of major global changes. There's no way that that's not going to be a factor. So the world is on the verge of paralyzing because of this intense feeling that is encased in a small but very potent virus. The irony is the way through is stillness, stopping, reflection. Those activities that normal humanity is less interested in. But these tenets are the basis of all spiritual practices, and we are being asked to grow up and see what is really happening in the world and our impact on the world. We are being asked to notice that we have a horrible negative impact in this world, and we're being asked to change out of the destructive patterns that are tearing this world apart. It was never more clear that humanity is the problem in my world. So we are the ones out of alignment with nature and the core rules and values of this earth. We are the toxin poisoning this earth. The divine feminine, Mother Earth, created this virus to show us our arrogance and the consequences of our own destructive nature. She is making it clear that she is in charge, not us. The lessons coming in are those that will change us forever. And the truth is that we need to drastically change. She has given us many options and opportunities. We have continuously been blind to the suffering we are creating. And now we have been given a divine timeout. We have been sent to our room until we recognize the consequences of our actions. Now, if we look at the astrology today, it's got some similarities to yesterday because certain things are slow to change. But Venus trines Jupiter, and while that makes you long for comforts, there are many things that you can find that will allow you to feel graceful and good, and I want you to seek those out. And it might take a bit of effort. We are in trying times, but do interesting things that put a smile on your face. Try something new that you've never done before. Explore the possibilities. But I know that most of the time, under this aspect, you want to fall into some of your old habits, but sometimes those old habits don't work. You can't go to get a pedicure today. You can't go to the movies. So we're going to have to do something slightly different. The moon is in Taurus and it trines Jupiter. And this is very safety oriented and philanthropic. But it's about being kind to others. And what can you do that will help others be more optimistic and feel better? And can you do that safely? So random kindness is always a really good thing. With the moon conjunct Venus, there is a deep desire for closeness and the comfort that comes from closeness. And so let yourself, indulge in the moment and be cuddled with your favorite animal, your favorite blanket, your favorite person, cuddle by the fireplace, eat popcorn, watch a movie. All of those things are good things. The moon trine Pluto awakens a deeper feelings. And I know for a lot of people that's kind of uncomfortable. For some, maybe you need to channel these feelings into some new places of discovery and understanding. The moon trines Mars also, and that brings a lot of courage and a desire to have a practical action, even in these limited options. So find activities that will make you laugh and explore openness. Venus trines Pluto, which gives you the strength and commitment of your passions. So let your aspirations support you in moving something into more success that brings you skills that you are going to need for the future. This is a great time to study. It's a great time to take an online course. It's a great time to jump into something that's been very hard, that needs a lot of time. And, to me, it pulls you away from watching the news, and it pulls you away from hearing all the bad stuff, because there's going to be a lot of bad stuff coming in. And so let's focus on constructive action rather than anything that's going to add to the fear, because the fear is going to be there no matter what. And this is not about denying the fear. Again, it's about using the fear as a fuel to motivate you towards something that can serve you down the road. The moon goes into Gemini this evening, allowing more curiosity into your life and to take on the problems that need to be solved. And so use this mental clarity of the moon to help you figure out the problems in front of you. The moon trines Saturn, which brings a sense of urgency and duty. So be careful, be deliberate, have faith in each other and those you love. In this moment, you have each other's back, and love shows the way through the fear. And that happens to be the quote I decided to use for the day, that love shows the way through the fear. Just because I'm thinking about it at this moment, I do a lot of quotes all the time, and I don't use a lot of quotes from other people, and I'm not an egomaniac. What has happened over the years is that anytime I use a quote of someone else with a picture, there are bots that go out there and basically nail you and make you in trouble because you have, used a copywritten quote. And so if I put it in my blogs that are on my website, I have been fined for using pictures without permission. So I had to make a decision that, I basically use my own quotes, and I had to make a decision that, it's okay if you use them on Facebook, but it's evidently not okay if you use them on your web page. And so there's a German company that just runs around and finds the quotes that you're using that are others, and pictures that are copywritten, and then you get fined. And I've had to pay over $5,000 in fines over about 3 years. And so I just said, okay, that's it. So I go online and I use my own words, and I use a picture that's from a free image place. And so that's why I do that. So, just letting people know that I'm not some sort of egomaniac that thinks that I'm so important and special. It's just that I'm tired of paying out money for making a mistake. And so now I'm just going to use my own quotes. Okay, so my blog for today. We are all cobblestones on the path of life. Each of us lays down a foundation for those that will come after us. Our experiences will give them something solid to stand on, or not. Some of us lay many stones as we move past our karmic fears and into the creative void of the unknown. Some of us change the direction of the path. Some of us follow the trajectory that others previously laid out. Regardless, each of us contributes to that path, whether we are conscious of those stones we lay or unconscious of them. This process we are all in at the moment is designed to make us more conscious of our choices. We are becoming active, conscious creators of our path rather than unconsciously walking mindlessly along in our karmic haze. You have this very unusual moment and time to awaken and move past the previous patterns of our ancestors. While their pain, joy, and suffering shaped us, they do not define us until we continue to be unconscious of each choice we make and how that impacts those before us and after us. So, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good day. We are going to be doing gardening stuff today, and I've been planting some seeds in my little pots, and trying to figure out all the places that I'm going to put all of these things in my garden. So I hope you're doing the same, and because it takes days for seeds to sprout, and enjoy your time in meditation too. Bye.